Hey y'all, my name is James Butler. I'm the Mindfulness Campus Coordinator here at UT Austin in the Longhorn Wellness Center. I'm excited to bring you this video, Mindfulness, a very brief intro. So to get started, as a way to honor and recognize the origin and history of mindfulness, I'm going to read a historical mindfulness acknowledgement for you. And while I'm reading this, you can follow along, you can close your eyes and listen if you want. And just throughout the whole presentation, I invite you to notice any thoughts that arise. Totally normal. You might have thoughts that have nothing to do with mindfulness or this presentation. Totally normal, like I said, it means you're human. Our brains are not wired to just shut down. So just acknowledge that. Something I like to do that's helpful is just to say in my mind, thinking, and then come back to what it is that I'm doing. So just an offering for you for this time. So mindfulness and meditation are associated with many religions and cultural traditions. Beginning in the 1960s, Buddhist mindfulness practices were adapted by a group of practitioners in the US to measure psychological interventions that enhance well-being and can be beneficial to individuals regardless of religious or cultural affiliation. What is mindfulness? There are several ways that mindfulness can be defined. One comes from Jon Kabat-Zinn, who's the founder of mindfulness-based stress reduction. He says that mindfulness is paying attention on purpose in the present moment and non-judgmentally. Or in other words, knowing what you're doing while you're doing it. So this can be done anytime, any place, anywhere. Let's take a mindful moment. So few things to consider. You can do this with your eyes closed, with your eyes open, just kind of gazing down, resting your gaze down. You can do this sitting, standing, lying down. It's just going to be about a minute. So get comfortable in whatever position you would like. And I just invite you to feel your feet wherever they are. And we're just going to take 3 nice, deep, intentional breaths in through our nose and out through our mouth. Feel your body moving as you breathe. Notice. Remember, if any thoughts arise, that's okay. Just acknowledge that thought and say thinking in your mind and come back to your breath. All right, when you're ready, come back to the space and we'll continue. So a few benefits of mindfulness are improves our overall well-being, decreases anxiety and depression symptoms, combats rumination, helps with emotional regulation, improves memory and testing performance, reduces stress levels, and improves physical health. And I can tell you from personal experience, that I've noticed all of these benefits myself dealing with depression, anxiety, and PTSD. Mindfulness has been incredibly helpful for myself and helping me with my own mental health and mental strength. So a lot of times people think of this as just some crunchy granola woo-woo stuff. There are some awesome benefits of mindfulness. A few ways to practice mindfulness through intentional noticing. Here are some suggestions for you. So notice your senses. You can do this while you're eating, you can do this while you're on a walk, really anytime, but noticing your senses is a really good way to ground yourself. It's kind of like a Jedi mind trick. So when you start noticing that you're having negative self-talk or negative thoughts, just tuning into your senses, noticing all of your senses tells your brain that you're right here, right now, because a lot of times our amygdala is looking out for danger. So tuning into the senses helps ground yourself. Noticing your body. Do this while you're practicing yoga or running or moving in any way, going for a walk, or just sitting there. Our body is always talking to us, so listen, pay attention. Our breath, another amazing tool that we have that's always there with us. You can actually use your breath to regulate your nervous system. by upregulating with an upregulating breath like this, which always makes me smile when I do that, which releases dopamine and serotonin, helps me feel better. Or a nice calming breath when you elongate your exhale, breathing in for 4 and breathing out for 8, for an example, like this. Okay, so that's a nice calming breath exercise. Notice your thoughts. Notice your thoughts as just thoughts, and that's it. That is really, really helpful. And then noticing your feelings and your emotions. Dr. Dan Siegel has a quote, "Name it to tame it." There's power in just naming your feelings, naming your emotions. So these are a few ways to practice mindfulness. Like I said, anytime, any place, anywhere. And now we're going to do another little practice called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're going to tap into our senses here. So in your space, I invite you to look around and notice 5 different things that are blue. Okay, and then notice 4 different things you can touch. And notice the texture, notice the temperature, similarities, differences. Notice 3 things you can hear. If you want to close your eyes, you can do that. Just notice 3 sounds. And take a couple breaths in and out through your nose and notice two smells. If you've got some allergy problems like myself, you can bring your hands or bring something up to your nose to help you with the smell. And lastly, notice your sense of taste. It's one thing you notice. Even if it's nothing, still notice it. All right, when you're ready, bring your attention back to the space. So some ideas about I can't stress enough the importance of having like a daily practice, but even for just a couple of minutes. But think about integrating mindfulness into your everyday practices. So here's a couple suggestions: your morning or bedtime routine, while eating, while on a walk, being outside, taking breaks in between tasks, being present while doing the things that you love. So those are just a few ideas. There is research that shows that 6 minutes of mindfulness practice every day, you can actually start to shrink the size of your amygdala a little bit, so that the emotions are not quite as much in control of you, and also thickening your prefrontal cortex, that executive function part of our brain. So there's power in everyday practice. Here are some mindfulness resources and my contact information. Please reach out anytime if I can help you with anything mindfulness related. I'm here for y'all. These are the references that I mentioned earlier in the benefits of mindfulness slide. So email me if you have any questions. And lastly, thank you. I want to close with a quick gratitude practice, which is an awesome way to practice mindfulness. So I invite you to bring your hands together and rub them together. Rub them together a little bit faster. Feel that warmth. And then place one or both hands on your heart. Feel that warmth. And think about one person or thing that you're grateful for in this moment and why. There's great power, and there's really cool research about leaning into gratitude, writing gratitude journals, writing gratitude letters. Think about this gratitude for a moment. And take a nice deep breath. All right, I appreciate y'all. Talk to you soon.